I'm Boy Grapes, and as someone who makes music, I like to call myself a lot of things. Artist, producer, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, but gearhead isn't one of them. Yet, as you can see, my basement is filled with music gear. So let me explain myself a bit. I like to have what I need to make the sounds I want. Nothing more, nothing less. You'll notice I have one of everything, and they're not the priciest options, but they work damn good. So for today's update, I'm gonna take you through everything that's gonna help me make noise on this next album. Starting with my baby. This is my 2017 Mexican Strat. Yes, I play left-handed. My only electric guitar. I replaced the pickguard not long after getting it, and it's been through some wear, but this has been on almost every song of mine since the beginning. Next up, this is my 2020 Fender P-Bass. I actually started out on bass before any of these other instruments. This is the cruddy $50 bass I got on Amazon that I started out on when I was 14. You can see how high the action is, made for some strong fingers. And I started out by learning a lot of punk songs. And on a bass like this, those really rough notes come out really nice. This is my Martin. It's made of mahogany. I've always liked the sound of that wood. You can see it's right-handed, so I flipped the strings upside down. I got this in 2021, I believe. So the wood here started splitting not long after I got it, so I used some super glue and some paint, and that seems to do the job. So some other guitar goodies I own includes a slide, a capo, this bow that works on guitars, and my effects board, which can do pretty much anything. I have a Fender Rumble and a Vox Valvetronics amp, but I don't use those much these days. I prefer to plug straight into my interface. Next up is my 61 key Arturia MIDI controller. I got that a few months ago. I've had this older, smaller model for much longer, and I still use it a lot for recording less complex parts and taking it on the go. This is my drum set. We got 3 toms, 2 crashes, ride, snare, kick, and our hi-hat. I've always preferred size 7A drumsticks, which is pretty light, but you can still get some good power out of. I also have these bamboo bundled sticks or brushes if I want to play with those. Moving on to my other percussion, you got tambourines, cowbells, claves, tiny bongo, güiro, maraca, and of course the frog. And onto other instruments, I have a harmonica, trumpet, I have an 7-string ukulele, a concertina, this little accordion thing, a wooden recorder, and the kazoo. I record all of those and my voice with this microphone, my WA-47 Junior. The rest of my mics are on my drum set. My last video was all about how I record those, but for any other audio captured with a microphone, it's really not that complicated. With a guitar, I'll stand in front of the microphone like so. If I'm singing, I'll put my face in front of the microphone and try not to get too close. The headphones that I use for basically every stage of the music making process are my only real high-end item. These DT 1990 Pros, and I have beat the absolute crap out of them. I also have these Sterling MX5 studio monitors and this other screen I can plug into, but I only really use them for like the final stages of mixing or watching movies. I think it's nice to have them though. They create some good ambiance for the room. I mean, hey, that's why I got all these lights. But yeah, that's really it. I hope you like the tour. It's a lot, but like not really, you know? The one thing I really keep in mind when organizing my home studio space is that I want everything to be in reach. I'm one guy making the music myself. If I want to do something musically, I should be less than 30 seconds from being able to do that. This is where I come to work. I try not to hoard some stuff I've lost, some stuff I've sold, given away. If it's in my possession, it's a tool I find necessary. And until I buy more junk, this is what you're gonna hear. I'm also moving again in December, so I gotta enjoy this while I can before I pack it up and haul it somewhere else. Well, this brings us to the end of the video or whatever. You can check out my music if you want to hear all this crap in action, and I'll see you again next week. As always, I'm Boy Grapes. Later.